Hi there everyone, this is the innovative traders. So yeah guys, in this video I'll be doing a market breakdown on a few pairs that I'll be looking at this coming week, pairs that I'll be looking to capitalize on this coming week, which is Gbpjpy, Nzdusd, and Eurnzd. So without any further ado, let us get to the very first pair, which is Gbpjpy. So with Gbpjpy, we're currently having a very straightforward price action. If you can look left, to having this pattern here. We're having this pattern, a head and shoulders pattern. And again, if you can take a look at what is happening currently here, we had a strong impulse down. This is now acting as what? There's a continuation pattern towards the downside. So basically meaning we are bearish biased on Gbpjpy. Now let us mark our key levels. Our key levels, which is obviously the highest high, which is this one here. We have the lowest low. The lowest low. And obviously having what? The previous swing low, which is that one there. So taking a look at the previous structure, remember we have to like understand what phase are we currently in at this current moment. Taking a look at this price action and where it came from. It came from an impulse to the upside, then we started forming this price action here, which is like kind of like an expanding type of channel. So going to the 4-hour time frame, checking what phase are we currently in at this current moment. We're having this structure here. We're having this structure. Some can say it's ranging, but then this actual structure is an expanding type of channel. What is possible from this point is that price can based on what we're seeing here, price is giving signs that it can push towards the upside once more and give us left head, right shoulder before you push to the downside, or even further push towards the upside, then test the highs again, give us a double top, then drop from that point there. So currently we are looking for a short-term buy on this one before we can like join in our overall sell buys. Why do I say that? Based on what price is presenting to us, yes, price can still move from this pattern here, crash below, then continue further down, but then we still need a further more confirmation than just a continuation pattern. So we want price to give us what? That right shoulder here to give us a strong confirmation of a strong reversal of what? That selling bias. So basically meaning currently looking for what? For a short-term buy up until this area set, and from here we'll see how price is going to react in order for us to take it to the downside. It can give us a right shoulder, or it can push up to give us a dead touch here, a dead touch around this area before it can go down, or it can push up to this area, give us a left shoulder drop or a double top. So currently, yes, the overall momentum is saying downside, but currently looking forward for a short-term buy accompanying this move to those sell areas, So the first scenario is we're expecting price to give us what? A right shoulder based on how it's moving, because of if it was going to like shoot down, it was supposed to give us what? A healthy impulse to the downside, and break outside this consolidation or whatever you can call it. So now we're expecting price to give us what? A right shoulder, either a right shoulder, a double top, or a dead touch here, then push to the downside based on what we're seeing currently and using previous data to predict the future. So now let us go to the 4-hour time frame, take a look at what do I mean when I'm saying we're still looking for buy, number showing this currently. At this current moment here, we're having this pattern here, this pattern, which is a sell pattern. We're having this pattern. Obviously we had what? An impulse correction, we want continuation, but then this doesn't look like that continuation that will like drop like drastically to the downside. This continuation pattern might act as a what? A nature of like what do you call this thing? Liquidity wipe. It can drop below, catch people on the wrong side of the market, then push back up. Why do I say that? Remember, we're having what, a common point here. We're having a common point. People are taking this as a support level. Obviously, when people are taking the support level, their stop losses are above this level here. We have their stop loss above below this level. I mean to say below here. So price will want to drop below, liquidate them, then push back to the upside before it can drop to the downside. That is what I'm saying. Currently, we cannot look for that sell, that overall sell momentum here. We have to wait for price to give us that solid reversal pattern, solid confirmation, solid sign to push to the downside. So currently, we're having this pattern here. I'm anticipating price to what? Drop below, liquidate all the stops that are placed below here. Those who are taking support and resistance, obviously they've entered here. Their stops are below here. So price will drop below just to catch them. After wiping them off, it will push back up to this level here before we can get that overall sell bias. So now we're looking for what? For that push below, then a pushback. We're looking for a push below, then a pushback, and give us a continuation. Then take those short-term buys up until this level here before we can start to look for what? For selling opportunities. Currently, price is going to catch a lot of people around this area because of what? We're having a common point here. People are taking this as support and resistance. People are taking this as a point of support. And obviously, when something is like this, people are thinking that this is actually what? A strong support. What happens? They'll want to enter there, place their stop loss below this level. Then what the market is going to do is going to drop below, liquidate them, then push back to the upside and give us the actual move. So we wait for price to break below, fake people out, then come back inside, give us what? The continuation in form of a left head, inverted head and shoulders, then push back to the upside to give us that last touch before the overall sell. Possibly give us a third touch there, a third touch, possibly give us a third touch, a double top or a right shoulder somewhere around this area before it can drop. But currently the market won't crash from here. It won't. This structure is a possible structure that we use to catch people on the wrong side of the market. So price will break below just to take those stop losses that are placed below here, then push back inside, give us a continuation pattern towards the upside there. So currently we're looking for a short-term buy towards the upside on Gbpjpy. We are looking for a short-term buy around this area. After that liquidation has happened, then short-term buy towards this upside there, because from here, from this level to here, it's about 800 pips. It's a lot. You cannot wait for that. You cannot wait for the market to move from here to here. You're going to wait forever. So we are going to accompany this move towards the upside. Then after, we're going to look for selling opportunities around these areas here. Around this area. So remember, we have to sell when price is expensive. So we can't sell this low. If you can take a look at what's happening here, price is actually cheap. So we can't sell here. We're looking for buying opportunities towards the upside. From here, we're looking for selling opportunities towards the downside to join in our overall sell buys. So that's it for Gbpjpy. Let's take a look at the next pair. The next pair, which is Nzdusd. Nzdusd is also in a straightforward price action. Taking a look at what is happening currently here. Price from this point, it pushed towards the upside impulsively, then now it's consolidating. But then another thing that you must keep note is that we failed to break this high, basically meaning we're still inside the downtrend. So whenever we're taking those, we're looking for buying options on this one. Whenever we're taking those entries here, we have to be careful of this high here, So this is what you're currently having. We're having a bullish flag on the higher time frame, which is pretty much straightforward. We're having this here, the top going for recent touches, and we're also having this at the bottom here. If you can take a look at what's happening, we're having the first touches, we're having a second touch, we're having a third touch. You're expecting price to push back, to push to the upside. Why? This is basically the continuation pattern of the impulsive leg. Remember, there can only be two phases on the market, which is impulse, correction, and continuation. So this is what we're currently anticipating to see. And another thing, if you can take a look at the DXY is currently losing momentum. It's losing momentum. So going through the daily time frame to mark our key significant levels, which is the highest high, the lowest low, the lowest low, and obviously our previous swing high. which is this one here. Price can still push down, catch this, tap this area, then push to the upside. Then like going to the 4-hour time frame to check our phases. Remember, we're looking for buying opportunities on this one because we've seen what a bullish continuation on the higher time frame. We've seen a bullish continuation on the higher time frame. Take a look at the last this part here. This is basically what the descending. We call this patterns within patterns. This is a descending pattern. Taking the trend line back there to get a clear picture. So what I want to see now is price exhausting towards the dead touch, exhausting towards this level in this manner. Possibly give me a high risk entry as a dead touch. Why? It's a dead touch of this channel and a dead touch of the bigger channel. Hence, I'm comfortable in taking the high risk entry. Or you can still wait for a reduced risk entry. Wait for price to exhaust to this area, give it that tap, then wait for price to push above, give you that first continuation. Or you can still wait for price, if you're skeptical, you can wait for price to push and break out of the structure, give you that first continuation, obviously activating the 90% rule. So you're looking for buying opportunities on NZD/USD. It is pretty much straightforward. And what can also happen is that since we're having this level here, this level obviously most of the people are taking it as a point of support. Same thing can happen. Remember, it's December, a lot of manipulation is happening. So this is what can happen here. Price can just drop below. Let me remove this. Okay, price can just impulsively drop below, and obviously correcting below here, then push back up. A reason why it might drop below, it will simply invite people to sell at this point here, because obviously when people are seeing a break of something, they just want to jump into the market. You are even looking for confirmation. So price can still break the low, can push or consolidate, push in this manner, break below, then push back up, create a continuation pattern for us to take it to the upside in the form of a trap, because they know that whenever a level is getting broken, people are going to jump into the market. So now we are looking for buying opportunities on NZD/USD. We are waiting for price to give us a dead tap on that ascending, which is obviously correlating with the large ascending from the higher time frame. At a dead tap is a high risk entry, or you can wait for a reduced risk entry to take the trade to the upside. We are looking for buying opportunities for the longer term. This is how you want to catch your entries on the 1 hour time frame. You wait for price to come to this level here. Wait for price to come to this level in this manner. After it gives you a dead tap, you can take a high risk entry. Can take a high risk entry here at a dead tap there, high risk entry, then obviously take it towards the upside, because basically this is actually a swing opportunity up until this level. Why am I targeting this level? Remember, on high time frame we haven't broken the previous swing high, so you have to be careful of that high. So we're taking it from here to here. Then from there, we just have to check if the market still want to continue to the upside, or it will want to reverse to the downside. You either wait for high risk entry, or you can wait for a reduced risk entry. You can wait for the market to come in this manner, then obviously push and break out of that anticipated descending type of channel. Give it the first flag, then take a reduced risk entry above the flag towards the upside. So NZD/USD are looking for buying opportunities for the longer term. Gbpjpy are looking for for selling opportunities, but then currently looking for short-term buys before the overall momentum towards the downside. So that's it for NZD/USD. Let us take a look at the next pair, which is Eurnzd or Eurnzd. Eurnzd. We are in a sell buys. If you can take a look at how price has been moving, the inner sell buys. This is a higher time frame structure, ascending, it's ascending. The reason why I passed through it, because this is basically volatility. It's an ascending, obviously impulse, correction, continuation. So this one is also on a sell bias, but based on how price is currently sitting here, I'll show you now on the lower time frame. This is what we're having. We're having an impulse, exhaustion, impulse, exhaustion. We want continuation, but then price failed to drop from this level here. We had this before. Price dropped, but then it's now retaining inside the pattern. Why? It doesn't have enough momentum to the further push to the downside and give us that strong bearish healthy trend. We're supposed to get something like an impulse consolidation, but then price did what? Impulse correction, impulse full trace back, basically meaning we're evolving into a different structure, which is what, if you can take a look at how price has been moving, this is what we're having here. We're having an expanding type of channel. So we want to sell Nzdusd when it's here, but then since it's not there, what are we doing? We want to accompany price to that level there. Let's take a look at the daily time frame so that we can get to see the clear picture of what I'm talking about. Take a look at what is happening here. We're having an expanding. We're only interested we only want to sell this market when it gets to the dead touch or possibly the double top there. So what are we having currently? We're having a clean buy. This is basically a clean buy. We're having a clean buy coming from this pattern here. Coming from this pattern. This is what we're having. We had an impulse, and now we're having what? A correction. We're anticipating price to push towards the upside. We are accompanying the move towards the upside. We cannot wait that longer for the move to come here. We're going to wait forever. So we have to accompany the move to this point from where we want to sell it. And if you can take a look at why price sold, it's because it was breaking the low here. It broke this low. It broke this low because of they knew that on support people want to buy. Obviously, whenever they're buying on support, we're having stop losses here. So they want to liquidate those stop losses before they can give us the actual move. So price broke below in this manner and pushed back up and giving us this consolidation. It was catching people on the wrong side of the market. So now we're having this clean buy. We're going to take this buy up until this level to accompany this move into our overall sell point of interest. So now this is what we're having currently. Since we want to accompany the move towards the upside, how are we going to catch the move? We're going to the 4-hour time frame. This is what we're currently having. We're having a strong impulse up, and we're having this flag pattern here. We are having this flag pattern. So what is that you want to see? We want to see price falling towards the trend line here in this manner, giving us a high risk entry, or you can wait for a push up and a correction after breakout for the second entry towards the upside. So I'm going to look for a high risk entry at this level here, at the dead top there. High risk entry, stop loss below 35 pips, and we're looking to take it towards the trend line there. So this is actually a short-term buy. Why am I taking the buy? It's a lot of pips, 725 pips, just like Gbpjpy, it's 800 pips. It's a lot of pips. So we're accompanying the move towards that level. From this point, that is when we're looking for selling opportunities. So we're taking this buy to that area there. Then from there, we want to sell for the longer term. This is basically also a short-term buy. So you're going to wait for price to correct towards the dead tab, to move to a dead tab in this manner. For a high risk entry, you can take it here, or you can wait for price to come here, test this level, then push up impulsively and break above, and take what we call a correction after breakout entry. Then take it to there. From there, we want to look for selling opportunities. So you're Eurnzd, you're looking for a short-term buy. Gbpjpy, short-term buy, but then you want to see price breaking the lows, liquidating people, then push back above. Why? Because of that's a common point. People are taking it as a support area. When you're having a support area, especially a picture perfect one, when you're having a support area, we don't just jump into the support immediately. Why? Because we know that this is basically what you have learned inside the textbook. This is too picture perfect. They know that people are going to enter the sells here. Why? Because they're seeing a double top. So price will force to break above, just to liquidate those top that are placed above here before it can give us the actual move. Same applies to the buying side. Price will want to break the low before they can give the actual move. Why? Because of this picture perfect. Everyone knows that whenever someone is seeing obviously a picture perfect setup, they want to jump into the market. That is when you get manipulation. So whenever you're seeing something like this, you have to stop and ask yourself, what is happening? How did I get there? That is why you'll see price breaking the lows and breaking the highs. Taking a look at this one also here. This is a double bottom. But then it broke below. Why? To liquidate people that are placed their stop losses here. Those that are trading with the textbook and the picture perfect setups. That is why I'm saying Gbpjpy. I'm expecting price to break below first, liquidate people. After that, then I'll want to see price pushing back inside and giving me that those buying opportunities, short-term buying opportunities. So Gbpjpy, we are buying. We wait for a push below. Gbpjpy. We're waiting for a push below. We're waiting for what? For a push below. If you can measure the impulsive leg, you're waiting for a push below, a break of this line, a break of it, then a push back inside. If you're going to get a continuation to the downside, we have to see something like that happening. We have to see something like this, a replica of this, a push below and a continuation. Then you can take it to the downside. But then based on how many times this level has been tested, this is where like people are paying attention that this is basically a strong support. So a lot of people are going to get manipulated here. We're expecting price to break below. So what you can do now is just pay attention to how price is going to break these levels. If it breaks impulsively and gives you continuation, you can take it to the downside. But then what I want to see from my side, I want to see price breaking these lows in a corrective manner, then pushing back inside after wiping people off, then give me a continuation to give me what? A buy, then a reversal here in a form of what? Of left head, right shoulder. If not, give me a double top. If not a double top, give me what? A dead tap there before it can drop to the downside. So for Gbpjpy, I'm looking for price to break below, liquidate people, then push back inside and give me that buying opportunity, short-term buy. Then for Eurnzd, we're looking for what? For short-term buy also before overall sell. And also on Nzdusd, you're looking for what? For the longer-term buying opportunities. This is actually picture perfect. We added that touch, having what? An impulse from higher time frame impulse, correction, pattern within patterns. This is a reversal pattern. We're having a significant level here. Price can drop below, push back inside and push up. Why? Just to invite people to sell here. Breaks below, they're inviting you to sell. After you sell, they give you small profit, then they take you out, then they move to the upside. That is called liquidation. So we just have to pay attention to how the market is going to move from this point. But from here, you're looking for buying opportunities towards the upside. That's it for the video, guys. This is Innovative Traders. We out.